I don't have an intro. I did not think this through enough. Hello everyone, I'm Cyberhex Maniac, your host for tonight, and I am here with Intermediate Bracket Top 8. So, that's hype, I guess. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say. Today was a very stacked RRC, and to go along with it, we have a pretty hype-looking intermediate bracket tonight. A few pretty good players, Moonman, Maqo, KD8, etc. Very excited to see how tonight goes. We've had some really great streams lately, and I don't think tonight will be any different. I'm just gonna jump right into this. Yeah, I'll just jump right into it, I guess. So to start off, we're gonna have KD8 and AuroKT. So KD8's a Maple player, of course. We had a lot of Maples for a while, but I think KD8's one of the few that's really stuck with it until now. A little all over the place in placing, but definitely usually ends up around the higher inter area. And then Auro has been placing really well upper inter bracket lately, slowly making that rise to winning intermediate. Could tonight be their night? I don't know. Let's find out. I think we can just jump right into game one. On Merchant Port, Maple on Merchant Port. That makes a lot of sense, in all honesty. And this is also a really good starter for Raster. So yeah, kind of vibing with it. I'm a little disappointed. And I know KD8 would have picked Estuary. That is definitely the superior version. Picking out of Lily. That is a Scholar. Yeah, that is completely understandable for Frack, honestly. We also had, there was one other one that I feel like we had to have had. Oh no, Sheer. And Sheer has been making main more consistently, right? Brain. I'm trying to remember back to that night we had 4 Maples in main bracket. And I think me and Bookworm commentated that. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, wow. And the clap right there. Not a bad start here for Auro. Unfortunately, Auro is at kill percent, because Raster is, yeah, Auro was in fact a kill percent. Thank you, game. SMH invy. I'll see it when I see it. So KD, it's starting to get a bit more of a lead right here, but this is Aura's turn. Start bringing the heat. I feel like Aura has a really good punish game. Obviously, you would hope Raster has a good punish game, because punish game is basically 90% of Raster. Oh, Ned, that sounds like a Nothai, honestly. Nothai used to wake up like an hour before a bracket and be like, hey, did I miss it? So, believe me, you're not the only one. Yeah, so one thing I'm noticing so far with my half paying attention state, half talking the chat state, is Ara's pairing a lot of these lilies. There have been, I feel like the majority of the time Lily's been out on the field, it's been out of commission. So it's definitely good on Aro to be finding those opportunities to parry Lily, but also I think KD definitely needs to start using platform lilies more. Obviously there is still ways to work around platform lily, especially on the smaller side plats where you can just kind of safely triangle dash. But yeah, we're seeing platform lily right now. I mean, R still gets rid of it. Not the most efficient way to get rid of it, but that does in fact count as getting rid of Lily. Didn't you know? But yeah, making sure you can keep Lily off the field can be really important in this matchup, even for a character like Raster. I feel like it's generally pretty important. Like, you're gonna have to occasionally give up neutral wins to just get rid of Lily. Ooh, got the double up there and no uppercut. KD trying to finish this off right away. Can KD8's in the lead now? Oh, yeah, that is also the lead in the set. Fun fact. KD goes up 1-0 with that little buckled shoe. Was it a shoe buckle? I don't think that was a proper shoe buckle, but we're gonna say it is anyway, because I said so. Alright, I guess we can just jump right into game 2. Iris is choosing to give Katie some home field advantage. I don't actually know much about this stage from a raster perspective. Yeah, you know what? I don't really know much about the stage from a raster perspective. Not gonna lie. Also, Invy, I named the one T-Buck on my show, and the only character I still use that for is Maple, because I think it's really funny. The one T-Buck on my show is Lily Wrap Strong. Particularly Lily Wrap Up Strong, but I guess anyone would kind of work. So yeah, it's a lot easier when you make them up yourself, but it's also just, it's the commentator, I should remember game terms, even if they're funny community-made ones. I vouch for more funny community combo names, honestly. I would be so down. Like, come on. We're gonna see Eliana in a little bit, so I'm hoping to see a Piss Baby or two. Ooh, very nice clap right there. That's one thing I think, from what I've seen of Aro, they're just really good at, is aerial clap confirms. And looking for those opportunities to sneak in kills. Super integral kill for Raster, especially at low level. Smash 4 would have a lot of them, yeah. Smash 4 also kind of had like the same combo or the same combo theme copy-pasted on like a lot of characters, so that definitely helped because you could just use the same name convention for a lot of them. But yeah, that's very fair. Oh, that is gonna be a very nice wrap up strong right there, K88. Which I don't look like some. I don't look like budget hoppy nuts right now. Let's go. Totally respectable. Sometimes you just gotta do the funny rap, and I can't. I can't think of any funny way to describe that. But right now, K88's trying to get a bit of a lead right here. Ooh, and the forward air, just running off and whacking them. That is gonna be game 2 going to K88. That's a very nice lead right now. Also, Kira, am I wrong? Was budget hopping it's not the best way to describe that, or K88 with the MILF energy? Oh, I don't want to think about that, but thank you. Thank you, Rocket. Very cool. Alright, so Ara's going in the air character stage now. I like it, I like it. I feel like this and like Aramata are just really good for all the air characters, and honestly, yeah, that's actually kind of true. I feel like every air character's stage is just really good for the air characters across the board, so Tempest as well. All this kind of worked. What does that even mean? Because Hoppy is the one that's like, Hoppy's the Maple that's really known for like funny gimmicky rewrap combos. So, I don't know. Interesting. Down B out of disadvantage is something that always feels kind of big risky for Maple. But I guess every once in a while, if you save for like once every couple games, you're gonna make it work. Oh, what Rocket said? Yeah, I don't know. You are madly in love with K88. Ooh. I got some nice back airs from Ara right now. Is that going to be a yep? That is going to be a tether up air. I'm not sure if Aro just doesn't know. Those of you who are not familiar with how to deal with tether up air. You can DI up to fall out of the up air, but you have to do it like pretty far in advance. It's 50-50 for the most part. Because if they nair you, you're going to hold in and die earlier. At really high percents, eventually the nair will just start galaxying, and that essentially becomes a true kill confirm, as far as I understand. But at there's like upper mid percents or like lower high percents, it's 50-50. So definitely want to make sure you're mixing up your DI properly. K88 double longs to be kind of poggers, not gonna lie. Ara's playing really slow right now. I'm just kind of jumping around the top platforms, which I think is fairly smart. Maple tends to play a pretty ground and neutral, just kind of abusing ground speed and the fact that you have Lily at your disposal. So I do like the way that Ara is playing right now, just kind of forcing K88 to jump, forcing him to use some of his more awkward approach options. And And it seems like it's working out right now. Aro does have the lead for the first time in a little bit this set. And yeah, Katie is starting to swing a lot, almost a little recklessly. Really trying to find an opportunity to get in right here. And the follow-up off the dare. I don't really know how he punishes his Raptor. I assume it's just their imagination, but... Well, I don't have an imagination, so... Could not really tell you much beyond that. Another dare. I feel like Katie kind of wants right now. I'm seeing a lot of like tilts in place and stuff. I definitely think Katie is starting to get really confused. Aro got some points on the board right here with this slower game plan. And yeah, it worked out really well right there. We're gonna see if it continues to work well here in game 4. And I really like this from Katie. We're going to a smaller stage, much lower platforms. So Aro isn't really gonna be able to platform camp as much as they were last game. Definitely a smart stage for Katie. I'm not sure if this is like a particularly great Maple stage. I usually wouldn't think I would pick Curious Maple, but in this case, yeah, it feels really smart. Okay. And our that was a nice snare, but ooh, okay. I looked away for a second. I don't really know what happened right there. Yeah, I feel like R's making good use of approaching Nair these past couple games. Ooh, that. I guess it was a little. I don't know. I feel like an up strong might have killed, but I also don't know if up strong would have hit. So, kind of playing a dangerous game right there with a wrap at that percent. Yeah, just going to get the parry. Yeah, the early parries were getting a little bit shaky for the past couple games, but they're looking much better right now. Ooh, and that's another wrap, and yep. Our finally loses the first stock. And the last trick in neutral, very bold. I think slipstream is starting to become a really big issue for KD8. Dealing with slipstream can be kind of awkward at times. There are some situations where I'll be kind of just looking out for it and trying to couch cancel and just kind of reduce that flinch a little bit. But yeah, dealing with slipstream projectile can be really obnoxious. I think I might be starting to get the KD8 tiny bit right here. And the raw clap is going to be working out right there. Aro is now a stock ahead. He's still living, but just barely. So our heavy jumps. Oop, no. No jumps. Alright, yeah. It's looking like a pretty even game right now, but Aro is still going to try to play a little bit slow. At least I hope. We kind of hope they do, because the slow strat's been what's working out. I think ARMy panicking a little bit. Lots of buttons right here. Jab details the parry punish. And the down strong is not going to kill. He just needs this one stock, and that'll be moving on to winners finals. But R is playing super evasive right now. Yeah, it's playing around that platform. Holding Harden on the dash attack. He's doing a really good job, just kind of looking for these DI traps with Lily. Ooh, that's not a great... Wait, what? Huh? I'm upset. I'm upset for KD8. Really? Raw NATO? That was the answer? This whole time? Just press neutral V and hold... What? I think we're all a little bit upset right now, and honestly fair. Fucking NATO, man. God. That move sucks, but it's so broken. Oh man, that is pain. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, KD8. Hold on to the jump. That was scary for a second though. You never want to be that low. Yeah, Bahar just trying to hold the corner right now. Probably not the best time to dash attack. I feel like Aura is kind of not covering tether recoveries very well. Like obviously KD8's not going for too many of them, but we did want to try to be ready for the times where he is going to do it. There are some situations where I think Aura could benefit from some more aggressive offstage play, though I don't really know what that entails for Aster other than neutral aerial, I'll be honest. So I don't want to speak too much on it and give like super bad advice. Because yeah, Raster is kind of an enigma to me. Yes, look at the toasters. Watch them soar. He was here for the stream for their very first time. Cause, yep, those toasters, they sure are vibing, and oh, R falls for it again, just getting hit with the, tether up air. That's me the first stock. Still ahead a little bit though, so this isn't an awful position to be in if you're Aro. And I will say, I do think the stage choice is a little bit more questionable from KD8. I don't know, this is just like a comfort pick aspect to it, but I think this is a pretty good Raster stage in general. So... Ooh, need it back on stage. There we go. Aro hasn't really used that very much so far, and it's a really strong mix-up that Raster has to try making lower recoveries harder to edgeguard. That's another stock. These last couple games have been really close, so... Aro just needs, yep, Scraw does not DI it very well. I would have just held up and in there, but alright. It happens, sometimes you just make the wrong read. Now it comes down to this stock. This is so hype. Frozen Gates, last stock, last game. You love it. Yeah, we're just kind of going high right here. And here we get some F tilts. And is that going to be... No, it's not. Good nair right there, just kind of doing some option coverage, waiting for KD8 to find an option back. Again, I think the Lily play has still been really, a little bit iffy from KD8 this set. Yeah, it looks like there are a lot of times where KD8 just kind of putting Lily out for the sake of putting Lily out. I've commented on this before with Maples. Oh no. Scraw. That really is a move in the video game. And Aro, moving on to Winners Finals. Ow, what the fuck did I do to my back? Oh, I am sitting like a lunatic right now. Ah. Okay, enjoy victory music for Aro. Just give me a moment here. I'm blind. No, there we are. So I believe this should be it. Yeah, this is it. So we're gonna be having... Oh my god! What the fuck? What? Oh dear lord, race. What the hell are you doing? Stop! I can't drink that much. Race. I'm gonna die of water poisoning. You wouldn't want that, would you? Do you want your favorite streamer to die of water poisoning? Come now. There's no way you want that. There is definitely a way you want that. Oh my god, now I'm gonna be water drunk. What the fuck? Ah. Jesus Christ, dude. That was posture check, thank you. Oh my god, I'm sitting like an idiot right now. Ah. Ah. Screaming. We love it. We got some Eliana versus Forsburn right now. So this is a matchup I know can be really rough for Forsburn. There are a lot of matchups where I'd say they're rough for Ellie, but not this one. This one can be a tad bit painful for Force. So Moonman was, I believe, second seed in bracket. So it's definitely going to be a bit of an interesting set here. Seeing Invy go up against someone who's been mostly consistent with main brackets. Even a few interplacements from man recently, but they've all been high inter. Just because, like, RRC is kind of power creeping. And like I said, the power creep was really hard today, so totally understandable. Yeah, forced to eject really early on right here. And right away, just getting the upkeep on the platform. Yep, you'll love to see it. Upkeep's particularly strong. Like, up strong pretty much just works if you get them on the platform, if you get them behind you. Otherwise, the move is painfully inconsistent at times. Invy is holding very hard in right now. That is not poggers. Oh my god, Month Crow has ruined me. I wonder if anyone else... No, I highly doubt anyone here is in Month and would know what I'm talking about. Ooh, and that is not gonna hit right there. Almost does. Oh, that is very unfortunate for Invy, just getting dunked right there. Man, looking for something right now. Yeah, Invy's combo DI definitely hasn't been the best this set. A lot of the time, combo DI is basically just, you hold out, unless you hard read that they're gonna do a funny kill move early, and then you just like hold in for a little bit and see if that works. Every once in a while, you're gonna get hit by something funny by Forsburn, that's kind of the nature of the character, but for the most part, you want to hold out, and that's gonna get you out of a lot of his best confirms. Detailed Nair, or Detailed Bear rather, Nair Dare, that kind of stuff. When hard DI out on the jab 3, and that is going to be game 1 going to Moonman. Pro Vapor Moonman, yeah. So I do want to go over a little bit of like why this matchup is seen as good for Ellie, just because obviously that game was definitely a bit of a rough start. I think a lot of the main reason is because of how easy it is for Ellie to clear smoke. Obviously with Missile, you have a projectile that moves relatively quickly, and you can control to cover a lot of space. So if you can kind of shoot a missile in the right spot, and then just control it, you can pretty easily clear smoke in just 1 or 2 missiles. And missiles are really low commitment, because again, you control them, they come out pretty quickly, and they don't build up too much heat. So it's not a big deal to like throw out a couple missiles. That can invalidate smoke when used effectively. Yeah, steam can also invalidate smoke. And then of course you always have Ellie punish game. So those little things in neutral are almost just a bonus to the fact that as long as Ellie can win neutral at all, she's going to be hitting you really hard. And Invy has a really good punish game. Probably one of the more technical players in this bracket from the ones that I know of. Uses a lot of, not necessarily difficult Ellie tech, but I guess a lot of the more character-specific stuff that takes a bit more practice than most other characters' basic kill confirms. And makes really good use of missile nair, pretty good use of salt mines, that kind of stuff. And any Ellie that can do that is definitely going to be a scary one to fight. Having a character that's liable to just kind of take your stock at the drop of a hat can be super stressful to fight. Even if you have like a big lead, you can never truly feel safe against Eliana. But if you're able to get her off stage with high heat, that's definitely not a good look for the character. Wow, I'm just gonna fly right up there and whack him. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do that. You just gotta fly at them, hold the strong attack charge, and hope to get hit. I mean, I feel like you can like bait air dodge with that fairly well too. Like, you definitely have options. Ooh. Not killing with the missile there right there. But Invy does have a pretty solid stock lead right now. Detail 1 there, that's an interesting starter. I think I've seen that one before. Ooh, and the Rocket Fist. Nice catch there from Invy, and that is going to be game 2. Here, 1-1. And we're going to be going to Frozen Gates now. I do like this stage a lot for Ellie, so I'm not exactly... I guess it's okay for Invy to leave this open. This is, of course, his best stage. So depending on the fours, I would probably consider banning this, but... yeah, in general, this is still, I think, a really good Ellie stage. I think this stage mostly works well for the heavyweights and for fours. It's definitely not bad for other characters, but I think those are the ones who get the most use out of it. Especially like, I think Ellie, Edalus, and Crag are pretty strong here. That was a really risky air dodge, but it works out. I'm not expecting the classic trick right there. Just gonna landing Rocket Fist. Good catch with up tilt. There'd be a few times right here when Moonman's trying to go a little bit too high, and Invy's just doing a phenomenal job of covering a lot of these higher recoveries. And just a down air, fortunate. Let me think, in that situation... if you couldn't have remind in that situation, I'm wondering if just like some hitfall in the air and trying to set a juggle off of it would be better. But, I don't know, Ellie combo game just has so many options. So... hard to say, ooh, wow, that was a really weird Rocket Fist. That was a strange play from Invy. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the plan was. Oh well. I think the slower play from Invy right here is really good. A lot of the time, 4 is going to struggle a little bit to approach. And again, as mentioned earlier, Eliana just has such an easy time clearing smoke that if 4 spots of smoke, you don't actually have to be that worried. It's not like someone like Claren or maybe Shovel Knight or Zetterburn where, like, sure, you have options to clear smoke, but they're not, like, phenomenal. Characters like Edalus and Eliana can do it relatively safely. I feel like Moon's having a really hard time dealing with the ejects right here. I'm not sure if he's ever really expecting invy to eject when they go for it. So the times basically every time it's gonna work, unless invy were to do it like every time, because that would make adaptation a little too easy. But yeah, it's kind of like a lot of other combo breakers. There are gonna be situations where you might want to like drop your combo for a second and just see if they go for it. Oh no, the scrub roll doesn't die for it. Dies for the down air, but didn't die for that roll. You should have, not gonna lie. And I'm not sure if that was a misinput. So if you're covering a tool that I really like for Eliana, if you're doing a tech in read, is down tilt. So a lot of time, because you can't really cover tech out very well, especially if the opponent isn't knocked like right in front of you, I'll just try to chase them with short hop missile. Just do like a slight delay short hop missile, and that won't always start a big combo, but it'll at least hit them and like let you approach. But if they're teching in or teching in place, D-tilt's a really nice tool for just kind of popping them right back up and getting advantage started again. I don't know, I feel like D-tilt's not like an amazing move, but there are a lot of situations where it's probably your best combo starter. And a lot of situations where it's basically useless. Right, like the sharking aspect of it's pretty good. It's good for tech chases where you're already close to the opponent. Stuff like that, it's super strong. But obviously, using it as like a standard neutral tool is going to be really tricky. Because range is just kind of awful. And it's not particularly fast. Frame 6 is definitely not, I think it's frame 6. Which isn't slow, but you already have a frame 5 jab with like more range, or at least more horizontal range in this joint, so yeah. Yeah, against Ellie in general, really can't let up the pressure too much in this advantage. I will also mention that Ellie essentially dies the same percent as the midweight off the top because of her low like hit stun gravity. So because of that, upkeep is going to be, or up knife rather, if you can land it, is going to be killing about the same percent to kill someone like Zetterburn. I think it kills either like, I think most things will kill, I would assume like 5% later, or earlier or later, I forget which, on Ellie compared to Zetterburn. So, yeah, they're really strong against her. Ooh, that's a really bad spot to be for invy. Be really careful. You're using a lot of charge missile off stage right now. That's definitely something you'll want to do less of. Charge missile in general isn't awful. I think it's, I don't know, I only really use charge missile for parry baits and for edge guarding. Outside of that, like I think missile as a recovery tool isn't a bad thing at all, but charge missile as a recovery tool is a bit too high commitment for it to ever really work. Well, keep working out right there. Just gonna stab this neck. I'm not sure. Invy, are these oh wow, that was really nice. Invy, are these like strong attacks for the tech, for your tech reads, like on accident? Because these are really weird options. I feel like you definitely have a lot more than just throwing the steam in their face that you can do. Ooh. Interesting Rocket Fist. But you're not using Rocket Fist too much. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe a tiny bit less would be better, but it hasn't been like a gross overuse of Rocket Fist yet, I guess. But that eject is gonna cost you the game. And no worries, I'm not thirsty. I'm actually screaming. I have had so much today. Pain. Alright, game 5. I did drink SMH. Thank you for the posture check. I'm sitting slightly better now, I promise. Alright, so game 5 is going to be on Merchant Port. Again, Estuary, SMH. Obviously the better stage. But yeah, so... I do think the stage isn't... I don't know. I have a hard time playing on the stage Ellie, honestly. So... I'm not entirely sure. I'm honestly pretty privy to banning it, but I know I probably shouldn't. I feel like if you're good at covering platforms well, the stage is still really good for Ellie. There are aspects of it that are strong overall. This is not particularly great at controlling some of those top plats, so... I don't know, I usually ban it as a starter, but then I'll keep it open as a counter pick, if the opponent wants to go there. I don't think I've ever picked this bracket, though. Ooh, wow. Just... Bop. That's true. Up tilt on the platforms is really funny. Clear smoke just a little bit too late. So, something I was... I mean, this was specifically for Raster, but I think this will apply to other characters as well. In some of these situations when you're in overheat, and even I'm guilty of this, so it's probably not worthwhile to just kind of keep throwing out moves. You kind of just want to stand there and try to let it drain over time from idling. Yeah, like what you're doing right now. Yeah, just be a lot smarter about playing around them at some of those like mid-ranges. Misses the parry, and again, I don't think Forrest is tall enough to parry that, so that's unfortunate. Also, yeah, I like that you're keeping a mine out right here. It isn't exactly the best spot for a mine, I feel like, but it's definitely good to have it out. That way, if you're able to, if you just find the opportunity to pop it, you can. Right there. Didn't get you much, but it's still good to have the option available too. That's something I've been trying to work on a bit. Just thinking about mining in neutral more. Yeah, these defensive options are putting into pretty big risk, but Moonman isn't covering them particularly well. I think just looking after these panic options more is really what Moonman needs to do. Adapting to beating panic defense. But yeah, in my opinion at least, that's one of the most important skills at low level. Like, I'm a graduate because I've punished panic options well. That was like genuinely 90% of why I won. Unfortunately, the VOD doesn't exist anymore, so no one can see it, but I swear, Grand Finals must have had like 15 run-up SKF strongs from me. Man. Or run-up delay F strong, I should say, because I was just charging for the parry. Like, obviously not everyone's gonna fall for that, so you need to have some level of adaptation of like, okay, do they panic? And assuming they do, because I'm gonna say a lot of RC level players are gonna panic. What do they do when they panic? So like that player panicked a lot, did a lot of panic parries when I would run up to them. That was their main response. And I'm not seeing too many callouts on these panic rolls right here, and with that, again, he's able to take the set 3-2, another 3-2 right here. I didn't comment on that earlier, but yeah, that's a lot of game 5 to start off, I've gotta say. I think I have the other set I need, but let me delete these first. Hopefully my little ramble on panic options wasn't too boring. I never know when I stray into the more informative side of Risa's commentary if that's gonna like bore people or anything. I'm sure it's helpful to at least someone in chat, but you never know. Okay, well, I guess we can move on to the next set right now. So we're going to be having our first set of losers, finally. That was a very long start in winners, gotta say. So we're going to have Aichi versus Lunar right now. And the loser of this will get 7th. Did I really forget to resize that? Are you kidding me? I'll go fix it before the next game starts. It's not the first time I made that mistake, and it will absolutely not be the last. Promise you. So Rano Raster, I've been hearing people talk about this matchup a bit lately. Kira, you probably know more. What the fuck? Kira, you probably know more about it than I do, so you can feel free to talk and chat. But I think this matchup can be really annoying for Raster at times because of how good Rano is at slipping on a disadvantage and making trades. Rano has some really fast hitboxes, so if you just kind of mash an disadvantage, there are some times where that's gonna work scarily well. And yeah, you're just gonna double downer right there. Very nice coverage from Aichi. Yeah, Raster's also just kind of difficult to play at this level, in all fairness. Did I see downer? I'm sorry. I was fixing the stream overlay. I promise it's gonna look better this time. At least I think I promise. Ooh, that's a lot of nairs. I don't know, you don't want to DI out too hard versus Raster. Oh my god. What has happened? Oh, that was a strong attack. That's unfortunate. Raster is pain sometimes. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so against Raster, you don't want to necessarily just DI out, because unlike most characters, Raster does have a lot of tools, and it's kind of designed around the idea that, as long as you have Slipstream out, you can cover any DI. You just have to make the right read. So it's kind of like that as well, and I think, ooh, wow. I think early on, so it's probably the only other character that's like super good at that is just, I think maybe Ellie, but mostly Raster himself. Main bracket should be getting streamed tomorrow. On Coach channel. He didn't actually confirm with me that he was doing it, but he should be doing it. And if he's not doing it, I'm probably gonna end up doing it. So yeah. Tonight you got Inter and Amateur. Super jump back air in neutral. That's cracked. I was thinking something. Oh yeah, right. Just that Raster is really good at covering DI out. So against Raster, you want to be really good about mixing up your DI, more so than most characters. Just kind of play that funny mix-up game. I will sometimes literally just spin my stick in a circle. Just like go back and forth. Just do something really stupid with my DI that is supposed to be kind of more or less impossible to predict. Rano's just kind of a tough character to fight in general, to be honest. So, yeah. Totally understandable. Ooh, unfair. This is a really rough position to be in against Rano. Rano fair is so good off stage, and now it's gonna be a dunk, yeah. That's tough, because if you get hit by the spike, yeah, obviously you want to DI and attack, but like, sometimes you just don't know if you're gonna get hit by that spike or if you're gonna get hit by the rest of the foot and get sent out. I do think Lunar might be throwing out... Yeah, Lunar's throwing out a lot of aerials right now. So I think, Aichi, what you really need to do in this situation is, like, start playing a little bit slower. And just look for Lunar to start throwing out moves more. Oh, now they're getting more patient. Nice little string here from Aichi, but sometimes with Raster, yeah, that is going to be a stock. At what level of Rivals is it not there? I'm just going to hit. Well, you know what? You have a point. Rivals really is a masher game at the offline level. L. But yeah, every Rivals player is a masher. Changed my mind. See, I'm a masher. I just mash charge strongs in neutral. I think you're gonna parry them. It's all well thought out. I got an attack right there. Unfortunate. I wonder if going high like that as Raster is a good way to play neutral in the MU. I'm not 100% sure, honestly. Again, I don't know very many Raster things, so that's when I will continue to say this, because we're obviously going to have at least 2 more RR sets coming up eventually. Possibly more Aichi sets. But yeah, brain, please. Yeah, so there are definitely times where I think I'm going to be a bit more patient and try to move in a way where Rano has to, like, move around you almost. That being said, Kira just quickly changing their mind. But yeah, I don't know. I will say though, Aichi, if you feel like you're starting to struggle in the Rana matchup, definitely wouldn't hurt to practice a little bit. Especially because, like, at least thinking from like an RR meta perspective, there are a fair bit more RR Ranos now than there were just a couple weeks ago. The number is definitely increasing, slowly but surely. So, working on the MU a little bit and trying to break down some of Rano's weaknesses a little bit and how to exploit them could be a tad bit helpful, if you think you need it. Oh yeah, there aren't really any DGen Ranos, huh? There are so many DGen players and somehow you just don't have a single Rano. That's honestly Bath solo, right? Yeah. That's really funny. Ooh, and no NATO. Or, I don't know if a clap there would have worked. It looked like it would have, but I'm never really sure. These charge claps are not a good look. I think Aichi is, yeah, probably getting a little bit desperate right now. Oh. Oh. That is a very unfortunate way to lose the set. But you know what? I've been there. Immediately enters the chat with the fuck Rano. That is completely valid. Oh my gosh. Ooh, Gemmed. Alright, so Aichi is out at 7th and Inter, so congrats to Aichi. Sorry, I kind of zoned out for a second because I have so many DMs and my brain is just like, ah! So Aichi is out at 7th, and on the other side of this round, Cider is out at 7th, unfortunately due to a DQ. They're having some hand issues, and I think that's a pretty understandable reason to not continue playing in bracket, so I was just like, yeah, wishing you the best, homie. Sorry, that shit sucks. So, Cider is also out at 7th and Inter, so congrats to them. I believe this is their the first RSC, the very least that they finished, because I don't remember having any results for them. So, certainly not a bad start, especially if it was out to a DQ. Never know how much further they could have taken it. It really makes you think, doesn't it? So, just so we're not getting too repetitive here with Team Lunar sets back to back, I'm going to go ahead and play Maqo versus Moonman right now, I think. Or not right now, in a minute. I do need a minute, because you guys have been trying to destroy me today. So yeah, Maqo versus Moonman. Again, this is another MU that's kind of considered really, really rough for Forsburn. But we're going to see here how Moonman's able to deal with it. Both these players have been trending more towards the low interset recently, some high amateur play. Or, no, wait, shoot. Low main, some high interplay. I'm sorry. So we're going to see how they're able to play it out here. These were the first and second seeds for the bracket, from what I remember. So definitely expecting a pretty gamer set right here. Also, that is not the Moonman skin that we got. Oops. Oh, what? I can't... Wait. That's really unfortunate. I can't get the other one. No, well, let me use his old skin. Cringe. Oh, that's really weird. I'll have to try to fix that later. Anyway, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. You guys drained me of all my water. I need more, because I know you're going to try to torture me. I back. Also, Wolf, I'm pretty sure Arcarcion is live with the amateur stream right now. So if you go check his Twitch channel and it's live, great. If it's not live, I don't know, I'm sorry. But it should be live right now. And if not, you can talk to him about it, because that is his responsibility. Anywho, you're going back into the video game right now. So this is Loser's Quarters. You're on gates again. So again, I think this is a really good stage for both characters. Definitely, probably Forsburn's best stage and one of Metal's best stages. All right, we did not do that yet. No. Ooh. Just gonna hit him with the down strong. Ah, that's an interesting situation. So, I do want to see more of how Maqo decides to edgeguard as we go here, because that's definitely a situation where I think Icicles would have been really obnoxious for Forsburn to deal with. Obviously, like, you want to go into the smoke, but the Icicles are going to do a really good job just kind of covering that smoke for free. At the very least, online, this is probably Force's worst MU. I've seen, I think, Menace try to say it's even offline, but that really sounds like a Menace take, I'm going to be honest. I don't know, it might not be that bad offline, but... Very nice wave lane on stage right there. And no tech from Moonman, almost costing him the stock, but it doesn't. And this is where the Idol's Punish game comes in. Nice tech chase right there. Some of these nairs do feel a little bit slow for Maqo, but he's doing a really good job following up off of these techs right now. Yeah, you DGen players have no excuse for not knowing the Idolist matchup, honestly. No excuse. You have all the matchup experience you could ask for and more. The water characters cheat. They mash so hard. That's their special water trait, they mash. I swear. Trust me on this one. It's in Dan's design notes. Like Rano. Tisk tisk. I mean, everyone mashes, but I don't know. I always get this feeling that the water characters mash the hardest, and it just makes me scream a tiny bit. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I never even realized that, but you're right. Jazz, that's yeah, huh. Interesting. I don't know if the fair on stage right there was the best option, because it was a reverse, right? So like, at that percent, with no armor, I don't know if fair armor is going to save you from anything. So you do need to be more careful about that when you're trying to use it. If that's going to be a back air. Not pretty neat for the icicles. Yes, like, Moonman usually makes what I would say to be really good use of smoke. At least from what I remember, Moonman has really good smoke use, but in the Endless matchup, doing that is so difficult because icicles just, again, like Eliana, it's not as free as Missile because it's a lot easier to parry icicles and the reward for parrying icicles is a lot higher. But if Forts is in a situation where it can be grounded and you can parry them, then it's so good. It clears out so much smoke basically for free. You don't really have to think about it too hard, just press the side B button. Ooh, DI's out right there on the dare. Nice little combo short from Moonman. That's what I was talking about earlier. Sometimes 4 is going to do that to you, and obviously you want to read it as best you can, but occasionally if the 4s does it well, there isn't really much you can do about that because there is a big read aspect to it. Low percent endless armor, yeah. Moonman kind of like wanting to have used that, but wasn't able to too strongly. I think Moonman might be getting a little bit too aggressive here for a zone good. Gets forward strong, but does live. Possibly some good DI. That's a lot of rolls. Yeah, it's happening again. Moonman, I don't think is the best at covering roll as a defensive option, just period. But Maqo still shouldn't rely on it too heavily because it is still liable to get him punished. Yeah, Moonman is managing the game right here. Just sneaking in some of those kills right where you need them. Doing a good job trying to keep things as even as possible. Again, like I said, it's a rough matchup, but it is not unwinnable. There are no unwinnable matchups in Rivals. Just some really painful ones. So Vorkane. Ugh. Don't even make me think about it. I don't think I've had to watch Silver Kane on the Interstream in like ages. A lot of the Sylphs and Orcas go to main nowadays, I think. Not a lot of them go to Inter, most of them are main or amateur. Double up tilt as your ice combo, interesting. Ooh, wouldn't be an Edela set without an SD. It's a lot truer than you might think. So, this is some really good ice coverage though. Maqo is behind, but if you get the ice, you can just keep this ice up. That's a really good opportunity to let the snowball form, just get all that momentum. Both metaphorically and literally. The raw Dacus, I appreciate it, but that was, yeah. Gonna get you punished. Good fair, good fair. Yeah, one more neutral win. Oh, okay. I think, yeah, one more neutral win will mostly even this out for Maqo, especially if he's able to get armor back. But, that edge cancel fair. Nice. Didn't really do anything, but it looked cool, so I appreciate it. I think armor 80% versus force burn is probably fine. I think 80% is like the lowest percent where it'd be kind of good. Oh no. Maqo is also going to be dying his DI out in Jab Theory. Man, it's been happening a lot today, I feel like. Good use of fair armor. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Ace goes away right as you press the hammer. And right now, things are looking really nice for Moonman. This is a reasonably good lead. Of course, Atlas definitely not going to be down and out here. But net punish, not the best. Maqo not having an easy time finding the kill right now. Ooh, that hit? I think Moonman and I are both a little surprised at that one. Definitely does feel doable for Maqo, but you still have to play pretty well here. If Maqo can like find a situation where he can get armor right now, which I don't think Mako's looking for hard enough in all honesty. Yeah, detailed Dacus is just really funny. Oh no. Rip. Maqo was putting in a good effort right there, but it wasn't quite enough. Moonman goes up 2-1. See, proven what I said. You can conquer any matchup. So we're going to Spirit here right here. That's interesting. I do kind of pick the stage a lot versus Forest. I don't know if I should, but I do. We're gonna see if Maqo's able to make good use of it here. Ooh, nice little jab check right there, and good punish too. Well, yeah, I mean, like, Maqo read the option. Yeah. I think Maqo might be getting a little bit too aggro with these Dacuses here. I was like, that one hit, so it worked out, but I think... Sorry about that. I think if Maqo really wants to, like, start getting the lead back here, gonna have to find some options other than just funny Dacus to seal the deal on these stocks. Like, I don't actually think too many kills have been gotten from Dacus, but you can definitely tell, like, Maqo wants these Dacus kills really badly. And not a lot of them are panning out super well. Just whacking with the fair, so you just gotta jump in and hit him. That is not an Atlas, yeah. I think right there, either like, I think maybe Pot Chop, Dare Spike, Bear probably would have killed, especially if Maqo DI'd it poorly. Something like that would have been my, I think a better option than just Uncharged Down Strong. Oh no. That was not a great freeze punish, it's committing way too hard, but either way, Moonman isn't able to escape. Right there, Maqo is taking the lead. I mean, it was a little low, but he's getting a nice wave land. Maqo's pretty solid at those, all things considered. There are sometimes where I think the recovery is a little bit linear, but in general, he knows the best way is to land back on stage and make it a little bit safer. So that helps out a ton. Just every little thing you can get with Atlas is gonna make a world of difference. I think that's supposed to be an edge cancel right there, just barely off and pays the price. But Maqo holds a big lead right now. And I don't think Forest is going to be able to make comebacks quite as well as Atlas can. And yeah, just bounces off the ground. That is a dead fourth burn. We're going to game 5. Mantis, shush. I know I'm a bitch. I don't know what you want from me. We are on. This is a really bold kind of pick from him, man. I am not sure what the idea is. I'll be honest. Because Atlas is pretty damn good on Fire Capital. Yeah. Atlas is really good on this stage. an entirely bad 4 stage, but it's definitely not the best. From what I understand, at least, the stage is really good for 4s if you can smoke camp. And if you can't really smoke camp, it's not that great. I'm not really sure how much good smoke camping will do you versus Edalus. It's probably not awful, because Edalus isn't the best at covering flats, but this in general doesn't feel like a great option. And yeah, you can actually see Moonman is kind of going for that. There's a lot of smoke high up here. Maqo is trying to find options to clear it out. We'll see. Maybe Moonman will prove me wrong right here and make this stage pick work, but it is not one that I would particularly agree with in most situations. Definitely a statement. The icicle's not going very far. That is a lot of smoke right now for Moonman to have up. I think like if Moonman wanted to go back, which I honestly think realistically would be the best option in this situation, is just to go back, sit on that top platform, and make Idolus find options to knock you off of it. Because yeah, it is generally hard for Idolus to cover platforms like that. So if you just stand there and wait, most characters are gonna be able to make decent use of that. It doesn't seem like that's what Moonman wants to do right now, though. So kind of running out Maqo a decent amount. Moonman actually is at a % deficit now, so it's a little bit more needed. I think Maqo seems to be DIing these down strongs pretty well, so I'm not sure if the side switch tactic would really work out very much here. Moonman really did say that, honestly. Word for word. You're gonna cover teleport with down. I mean, good for you. Wow, that's that really is what we call an option. Huh. I guess the logic was like he's either gonna come right into me, or he's gonna be stuck on the ground and won't be able to like parry or dodge in time. So let's get frozen and I can punish the freeze, but wow. Wouldn't be an endless set without 2 SDs, I guess. Trying to make up for the one we didn't have with because Maqo versus Cider was supposed to be the other side of loser gets 7. Not obviously didn't happen, so doubling up. Nice little bait there, getting the down strong. Low % armor for the ice shards, okay. That might be it. Yeah, that's gonna be a parry up strong. And Maqo squeezing out that game. It's looking a little close there, but in the end, the bear wins. Of course, the bear wins. SMH, my head. Alright. So that is, no, wait. No, shoot. That is not losers up to losers quarter. So we have another losers quarter set. Where is it? Shoot. Oh, don't tell me I don't have it. Okay, wait, refresh. Fuck. I don't have Lunar versus KD8, no. Hydrate? Oh no, not this again. Alright. So I'm gonna give them a minute. Actually, no, I'm not. I think what I'll do is I'll move on to winners finals. And yeah, I don't have this set. So move on to winners finals here, I guess. No, that's not the set I was supposed to download. There we go. Cool. That set is going to be Invy versus Aro. So got some air character deduce. That's always slightly intimidating. But, we shall see, we shall see. Yeah, winner semis is always... I always start with, like, winner semis, and then I do losers, and then winners finals. Losers, semis, losers finals, grands. So... Sorry, I'm waiting a second because I accidentally opened Photoshop, and that's going to slow down my stream, I think. It's also going to make my computer scream. It's screaming right now, but it's going to scream louder if I leave Photoshop open. So yeah, I'm going to hope they just submit that, otherwise we're going to have to skip it. Which is very unfortunate because we've already skipped one set. I will admit, the first set we skipped, I was like, yeah, Pog, I'm really tired, but I don't really want to skip more than one. I would just feel bad. But we'll see. Obviously, there's not much I can do about it if they're not going to submit. Alright. So, Eliana versus Raster. So it's definitely one of those terrifying matchups where both sides just kind of sneeze on each other and it's like, oh, I'm dead now. Yeah, obviously, again, it goes both ways, so... No matter who you are, you need to be careful. You need to be really smart about your DI. Raster in general needs to be smart about DI, but Eliana, I guess it goes for both sides. With Eliana in particular, like, you can't just kind of hold out like you can in some matchups and just be like, yeah, that's cool. In the semi in particular, you really have to be looking out for DI mix-ups, kill confirms, that kind of stuff. I've already seen the ejects. That was a really interesting one, just kind of landing on stage from recovering. He's gonna opt with me to eject. Like, really good DI from R, just holding on. Me throwing out everything, all the missiles. Not sure, R, did you just not have resources right there? I can never quite tell when Ras was out of jumps, honestly, just because Ras is like the only character with multiple jumps. Multiple double jumps, rather. So, never quite am thinking about whether or not you've burned all your jumps. We did not get your jump. Big riffs. And does not get the DI read. That is a very dead bird right there. The hollow bones. Alright, ejects. What to say here? Invy's doing a really good job of kind of playing the middle platform. Ar's playing a bit faster this set than they were in the previous set, I feel like. And so far, it has not been working out super well. Invy's doing a really good job of just kind of, yep, looking out for these options. That was not a parry punish, but you know what happens. Rocket, this is your parry punish? That seems like it was a silly option, but alright. Cool. I mean, it kind of worked. I feel like up tilt would have been better if that was the option you wanted, just like reverse up tilt, but I don't know. Oh, I wonder, because Aro couldn't crouch cancel right there, so I wonder if just kind of chasing with missile and seeing if you catch in the mine explosion would have been a good option. I don't know. Again, there's so many things you can do with Ellie that, like, you do need to be creative with her to some extent. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, so, really do need to look out for those back airs from Ellie. It's kind of like a Crag fair, honestly, in the sense that it's, you know, got some disjoint, gets like a truck, very scary move to get chained by. It's one of those kinds of moves, so sometimes you're just gonna get whacked and you're just gonna die. Alright, Merchant Port. Again, no Asteroid, SMH. We've not seen any Asteroid this stream. This is the third Merchant Port, I think. Oh. Alright, I guess we're NATOing now. Nice. Dead at 37. When are you gonna die? Telly Raster, you're bound to die like any second now. Alright, shooting the missile. We're getting much off of it though, it seems. Ooh, really nice super missile right there, yeah. And in edge guarding, I think super missile can be really strong. And Invy showing off its power right here. Definitely need to make sure you're looking out for the super missiles. Because even if you air dodge it, sometimes you can still kind of catch the air dodge direction and stuff. Ooh, very nice. Art is still in the lead right here. But Invy's still responding back fairly well. Wait, never mind. Invy is in the lead now. I read the stocks backwards. Invy is still in the lead again. Because Raster is just kind of a war crime of a matchup. I wonder if Nada there would have worked. I don't know. Invy probably could have air dodged, but I think Nada would have been really funny on the snack. Either way, you're finding another Nado, so it doesn't matter. Oh no. Oh god. Up airs versus Raster are always really scary. Because like either he's gonna die at 30, and it's like haha, funny bird, or you're gonna just like have him air dodge out and then like up air Nado you. Like you never know which one it's gonna be, you know? Nice up air right there. I must have the slide parry. I don't know if you just like are a little bit rusty with your slide parries or whatever, but yeah, it is a pretty good skill to have. It applies to parrying a handful of moves. That can be really obnoxious if you're not able to parry them effectively. The full hop, just reading the roll right there. Yeah, once again, panic option reads. Super strong way to make progress in Rivalry Recess. Alternatively, not panicking so you don't get hit by funny panic option raids is also a very good way to progress. You're going to Tower of Heaven here, which I think is a really good counter pick for Ellie. Triplat stages don't really do her that many favors. A lot of the things she does get from Triplats, she loses something in return, whereas most characters just kind of gain something and not lose much in return. So in general, yeah, I would say this is a really solid counter pick if Ellie's going to leave it open. I would say this is by far her worst starter stage as well. Once again, just charge missile, baiting out the parries here. Ooh, very nice clap. Just mixing up the DI real hard. Good early start here. Ooh, clutch air dodge. Good draft, good draft. So you did the funny thing I wanted you to do, but it did not pay off this time. That's very tragic. Wow, very nice little fair string right there. Very quickly, taking huge lead right here. Are up 2 stocks ahead. You can never. Oh, you did it again. You raw natoed, and it did the funny. Wow, I'm very surprised that worked twice, let alone once, but like twice. Okay, you know what? Maybe what I said about LA Triplats, maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was the Triplats. I don't know. I would personally not pick this. I would pick something like what would I want in a matchup like this? Popping off for Lake Chur again. Completely respectable. But yeah, what would I pick in this matchup? I would say like Spirit Tree would be one of my go-tos. I think game 1 was Gates, that's probably banned. Forest Floor. Jennifer remakes? I hope they're good. I don't think the art style is like unsalvageably bad, but it's definitely, that was a very funny kill. I don't think it's like awful, but it's definitely not amazing in my opinion. I'm hoping that they turn out good. kind of liking what I'm seeing so far, but you never know. I'm hoping Legends is good, but I don't know if it's going to be my type of game. It's going to depend. Open world games strike a really dangerous balance for me of becoming super boring because there's like no storyline, and I don't like roaming around in games. That's like my least favorite thing in any game. Which is why I think Breath of the Wild is very not fun, at least for me. So I'm really hoping that the game's not like that. I'm hoping it takes more the Xenoblade approach, where there's like a pretty good overarching story that you can like follow, and you don't have to just wander. But yeah, I totally understand the appeal too. It's just not my kind of game. So I'm really hoping that it strikes the balance Xenoblade does, because I absolutely adore like a Xenoblade style open world game. I also just really like Xenoblade, so obviously there's some bias there, but as long as there's enough like main story objectives, I think I'm gonna adore it, because the concept is really good. Like there is no region other, like I feel like there's no other region better for a prequel. What the hell happened right there? That is strange. But you know what? It happens. That was a slightly scuffed parry punish, but you know what? Sure. If it works, it works. And that really did be working. Lots of up airs here from Invy and another Nito, and that one is also gonna kill Auro's. On point with these neutral beasts tonight. Pretty much every chance you got for a NATO kill, you take it and you make it work. It's looking like a pretty even game right now. Could go either way. This matchup is always even, honestly. Oh, that could be a bit of a problem. I think Invy's looking really hard for the up tilt right now, but I like Invy staying grounded, just letting the overheat burn on its own. Oh no! The ejects? That is a very tragic way to lose. That really is a not like this moment. Oh, Invy, what? God, these are some bold ejects. Wow, that's very unfortunate. Auro moves down to losers finals, and Invy sitting pretty in winner side grands right now. Invy really just said, "Alright, I'm about to head out." And you know what? They headed out. I respect it. So unfortunately, there has been no word from Lunar or KD8, from what I understand. And that means... what does that mean? Okay, that means I'm gonna tell you who won. Lunar won. So congrats to KD8 for the 5th intro tonight. Definitely not a bad showing at all. And Lunar will be moving on to fight Maqo in losers quarters. Oh. Fuck. Is this missing 2? Ah. Okay, Maqo. We'll give it like 3 minutes. Posture check, thank you. Jazz. I could use that right about now, because I am not thinking about my posture at all. I take care of your body. SMH my head. I will always be slouching. Doesn't matter what you do. You cannot stop the slouch. Damn. Alright, Maqo's coming in clutch right here. Let's go. We got replays soon, PM. So, what do you guys think of, what do you think of, Idolist players, am I right? Punchline. Got him. I really am the funniest human being. I don't know. The brain cell joke is like not bad, but I feel like the Sylves did it first, and every character does that joke now. So like, you know, get new material. They drink glue. Edelai have the glue eater joke. That's the poggers one. Let Sylves have the one brain cell joke. Yes, I'm gatekeeping you out of community terms. What is it? Gaslight gatekeep girl boss? I guess I'm. Oh, well, Maqo is using a different skin now. So. L, I guess. Plus? Sure. I mean, I respect it, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, you don't have to use the one skin, but you know how it be. Also, invy, are those spoilers in my chat I'm seeing right now? Tisk. Yeah, Lunar looking to make the losers run right now. Maqo too, though. Maqo has one enter, I think, like 4 or 5 times. So we're gonna see how Maqo is able to do right here. Yeah, nice little drift back there, trying to make it hard. With the Rana airspeed, not gonna be easy to go super far off stage. But Maqo is kind of getting sent from coast to coast right now. That is sometimes just the Edalist experience. Oh no, I don't know if that was a misinput or just a really gross misspacing. But unfortunately, Maqo SD's the first stock. Could be me. Also, reminder, it wouldn't be an Edalist without an SD. Ooh. Oh, that was a really bold hammer right there. Wow, okay. There is a lot of dash attacking going on right now. And a lot of Ferris as well. The Rano air drifts. It's not gonna cause Lunar to die, but the donk, really, the donk. Pain, period. I mean, like, donks are very funny. I just always feel bad for the other side. Like, what was the thought process right there? Lunar's just waiting right now. This is some solid neutral from Lunar, honestly. Just like waiting for the opportunities to strike and making the most out of the ones they're able to get. No icicle power right there though. Work on parrying icicles is a really great way. It just kind of makes some easy progress in the Endless matchup. Once you're able to parry icicles, they can't really skill check you as easily with just funny side B ha-has. Yeah, it kind of restricts him in neutral if fair amount. But right now, Lunar doesn't even really need the icicle power. You're just gonna kind of outplay. Move around Idolist and Edgeguard. This is definitely an interesting pick from Maqo. I've seen Maqo pick Treetop before, I think. This is one of those stages at Idolist where usually permaban. I know it's also not a great Rana stage. It's not like unusable, but it's not amazing either. So I wonder if there's some element of that. I'm just trying to misses the wave dash, or the wave line rather. You hate to see it. just kind of throwing, once again, Lunar's kind of throwing Maqo from corner to corner. Remember that like lower mid percents, you actually want to hold in on Rano dash attack. That way Rano can't just keep dash attacking and keep looping it. Rano can still obviously get things on DIN at lower percents, usually an aerial, but oftentimes you can kind of shorten the combo to like just dash attack aerial if you DI it properly. And if you keep DIing out, it's going to be a lot easier for Rano to just keep running at you and dash attacking, and that's never fun to get hit by. Fair F strong not gonna kill because Rano F strong sucks, but Maqo SDs again. Just misses the wall jump, I guess. Kind of fast falls a little too fast. Nice little fair spike. That's a really interesting level combo from Lunar. Not they rack up a decent amount of damage, so you know if it works, it works. Ah yes, sit on him. The Grax. I don't know if DIN would have caused Lunar to just go to the ground. Honestly though, in the corner, I'm not sure if you even would want to go to the ground. It's definitely an awkward position to be in at times. Because Atlas has such good edge guarding, but tech chasing off of down B isn't super hard, I feel like. Or off of up there rather, and wow, okay, that's gonna be another fair spike. Lunar is up 2-0 right now. Maqo not exactly in the best spot so far. Looking to be a bit of a runaway set here. We'll see though. Maqo definitely not down and out. He's made crazier comebacks before. Alright. Use of armor. Yeah, I think that's something a lot of people have been having a tough time dealing with against Maqo so far, is just getting past the fair armor. That's been a really nice tool for him to sneak out of some kind of sticky situations. No power on either side. Ooh, and a double up air right there. Very nice start from Lunar. Yeah, again, I'm not sure. I don't know if this is an awful counter pick, but at the very least, hasn't been doing too many favors for Maqo so far. Ooh, Lunar goes for the Isco parry, but does not get it. Tragic. Maqo goes to the Dacus and it hits. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. I don't know. I think for the most part it's never gonna hit, but every once in a while you will get a funny Dacus. We'll see. Yeah, I feel like Maqo just kinda getting stuck in the corner again. Not as much as comboing across the stage this time, but definitely a lot of like Lunar having that tiny bit of extra stage control and Maqo not really knowing how to work around it. And the forward air is gonna take it right there, yeah. On a forward air. Good move. Good move. Alright, it's not gonna be an SD from... Oh, okay. Nice edge guard from Maqo right there. Lunar definitely could have tacked and possibly lived, possibly, but you don't really want to do too many bubble recoveries. Yeah, I was gonna say I personally think this is one of Rano's best stages, but I've heard some Ranos disagree with me, so I didn't really want to say it and be like totally wrong. But I think in general the stages with overhanging pots are super good for Rano. Adds a lot of layers to his recovery with like slightly easier chances to edge cancel, spots to bubble, tongue sling, etc. Open space for needle camping, that's fair, yeah. It's a smaller stage, needle camping wouldn't have been my first thought, but I guess that kind of makes sense. There's no platforms. It's kind of the same reason I sometimes think Force is really mediocre on the stage, because like, with no platforms in the center, his neutral becomes a lot more limited. But either way, then they're up there. Luna's been taking that set 3-0, a pretty clean Pretty clean one, all things considered. Alright, looks like we- oh my god, I fat finger everything. How do I fat finger with a mouse? It's genuinely impressive, isn't it? Auro vs Lunar is gonna be up next. Let's go. Where is Auro vs Lunar? There we go. You're gonna pop that right in there. Hype. Rana's balance just parry. Sure. Sure he is. Alright, I think you're good to go right here. Just update that. So, Auro definitely wants that run back versus Invy right now, but Lunar's making a very solid losers run so far. Gonna go right through KD8, right through Maqo. Now it is time. See if Lunar can conquer. Did I say Auro? I meant Lunar. I'm sorry. Just don't get tongued online. Well, if that isn't the best advice, I don't know what is. Ooh, okay. I'm trying right now. And once again, I think Lunar's doing a pretty good job just finding openings for these dash attacks. Auro seems to be playing a tiny bit slower, but I think part of this is just Auro hasn't found too many openings, and Lunar keeps finding these tiny little openings to just get that beautiful extra damage. Good start for Lunar so far. Yeah, so I was talking about the matchup a little bit earlier. I forget. Did we see Lunar versus Aichi? I guess we did, yeah. For some reason I thought, I guess this was a full losers run for Lunar, yeah. Brain, please work. Yeah, we're talking about the matchup a little bit earlier with how Rano is really good at making trades versus Raster. So because of that, as Raster, you do have to be a lot smarter of how you're dealing damage towards Rano and how you're finding your options and advantage. It can be a lot trickier because obviously that bear out of combos is just absolutely terrifying, and air out of combos is pretty reliable as well, so... okay. And lots of dash attacks right here from Auro. The thing is, like, dash attack's not necessarily bad, like, it has a lot of... it goes a very long distance, so it will zone break decently well, but... oh, that's just criminal. Just slipping out and back airing to your death. Beretta combos just kind of breaks my soul. But yeah, what was I saying? Fucking goddamn. If that isn't the biggest moon when fighting Rano, I don't know what is. Yeah, because a lot of the time when Rano just starts to bear out of combos and you're having a hard time filling in those gaps, what you literally have to do is like disengage and do your best to whiff punish the bear. But it's Rano, so have fun with punishing. Okay, nice clap right there. Almost evens out the game right here. One more neutral win from Auro and then I'll probably be even. Oh. I don't think that counts as a neutral win. Just slightly not counting. I did it the wrong way. Just slightly not counting as a neutral win. And once again, Lunar getting taken to a tree top. I think this is a pretty good counter pick for Aster. Again, I don't know much about the stage for Aster in particular, but I know it's not amazing for Rano, and it's definitely not bad for Aster. Do you think Ara made pretty good use of it in their first set? I don't really remember. I genuinely don't remember who was they fought in winter semis. I can try to remember, but I doubt I'll be very successful. Because it really is that time of the night, isn't it? Was it KD8? I think it was KD8. Ooh, no. That is not a great spot to not be. You can definitely see just waiting on the respawn plat. Aro's not very happy about that one. And no clap off of that. But definitely respect the attempt. Oh no, and another SD right here. Yeah, just again, just gonna wait on the respawn plat and just kinda... You can just kinda feel it through the screen. Just frustration starting to build up. It's definitely a situation where sometimes you just need to take like a minute in between games and just like breathe a little. Because sometimes you are gonna just go into games or end games with like in a really shitty mental state. And it's absolutely gonna impact your play if you just kinda let it fester like that. Why was the bold downstrong attempt? Sometimes when you're behind like this, you just gotta go for it and hope for the best. Alright, good nair, but still not killing. Really good DI from Lunar. And the bubble as well. Nice little wave line right there. And we're kind of looking for this kill right now. Auro. If R is able to get that 0 to death, which they are, then suddenly is looking a lot better. It's not great, but it's doable. That's kind of what you have to do as Rano, just kind of steal their stocks, fraud their taxes, and then get back aired and cry. Just a little bit. You may shed a single tear. And then jump right back into it on Merchant Port. Let's go, Magic Card Festival. Pog. A really nice string right here from Ara to open up. I don't... Ooh, a Nito. And that's also going to kill the Galaxy as well. Lunar falling behind pretty early on right here. Ooh, that's another SD. Aro burns the wall jump so low. There's no Teller Talon, Ara, but there is, I believe, Old Farum Talon on Jules Vale. And there should be one other Pokken song. I think it's like Dragon's Den, something like that, on Gates. Is it Gates? I think it's Gates. But everyone's picking Frozen Gates today because they're smart, so you're not going to hear it. With some really nice movement around that platform from Aro. Luckily, just a little... He's barely able to live the back air. Good air dodge, but Lunar just trying to get relentless with this pressure. Not gonna let up. That might be a dead bird, yeah. Not even sure if that was sweet spot, but it's gonna kill. And there, our Lunar is in the lead right here. Ara's not out of it, but this is definitely not a amazing spot to be in. Asta could probably die at the drop of the hat here. And back air is still living, but it's close. Alright, nice snare Galaxy right there. And they're a really strong edge guarding tool for Raster. see here. Oh, and the... What was that? I didn't think that was back air. I didn't hear the back air sound effect, but it looked like back air. Maybe it was fair. I don't know. Back air? Damn. Back air saves the day, I guess. Or ruins it if you're Aro. So congrats to Aro for the 3rd tonight. Slowly but surely movement. I don't know, did you get 3rd last week? Or did you get 5th last week? I forget. Either way, definitely not a bad placing. Just making that slow burn here. Let's see here. Alright. And now it is time for Grands. Dun dun dun. So we're gonna have Invy versus Lunar. So this is definitely a matchup I think can be very stressful for LA at times. Runner frame data is just so good that a lot of the time once he gets in, it's super hard to get him out. Even if it's just like being in at mid-range sometimes, that's all it takes. Alright, so yeah, let's jump into it right here. Invy is coming in from Winner's side, so there is some breathing room right here. Some space to kind of mess up a little bit. Yeah, that's just the Winner's finals and the Loser's finals experience. It really does feel 90-10 sometimes, I'm gonna be honest. That's the problem is, like, a lot of LA matchups kind of feel like they're like 80-20 or something. But unfortunately, Ellie just kind of doesn't really work with traditional... Like, Ellie's such an explosive character that your traditional matchup counts just feel kind of wrong to use. Very nice remind. I was telling Invy to use that recently. And there we go. It looks like some good application of the tech here. Sorry, I just ran into some DMs here. But yeah, Lunar in the lead right now. And again, look what I said before, right? LA is never truly winning or losing. Glad we're glossing over that. Lucky you. My eyes were averted. Not getting the up strong right there. You have to work for the up strong sometimes. Oh, and Invy starting to rely very heavily on charge missile again. It's still not working out for them very well. Alright, nice. And yeah, the charge missile. They are not expecting it when you go up and hit them like that. But the on-stage charge missiles, like when the opponent's on stage rather, I think you might want to cut those out pretty much entirely for now. I don't think they've done you very many favors so far. I guess you got like one as a parry read, so I don't know. No follow-up attack from Lunar. Ooh, that might be a dead Eliana, yeah. Sweet spot. Down strong. Ooh, but the charge missile. Lunar just not expecting to get hit by it. Now we are at a dead even game. And the hit fall up airs, yep. I like you using like the plat drop up air that I was using against you the other day. I feel like you've been breaking out some of the tech I was using it against you, which is kind of nice to see. Just slightly okay hand. A really nice string here from Lunar, trying to even these percents back up. That's a fair spike. Gotta be careful about how you're catching Snack Ellie. It's the most vulnerable state in the game, but that air dodge, that one air dodge she does have, can really trick you up. Ooh, very nice. D strong up tilt right there. Now it's gonna yoink. Mid-stage bubbly missiles. I can see that being valid, yeah. Yeah, because I know, like, in the Sylvanos matchup in particular, posture check and 2 hydrates. Thanks, Sap. You're the best. But yeah, that's actually interesting. I wouldn't have thought it to use that because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I don't see that many particularly unique uses of Rana Bubble. But that makes sense because I know in the Sylve matchup, I personally struggle a lot with missiling past Flower. I really like to have my missiles trail along the ground. So Flowers eating up projectiles is super obnoxious, and Bubble just sounds like an even more obnoxious version of that. At some point I definitely need to play with Caro again, or maybe friggin' Maniac, honestly. Ooh, okay, nice up strong. I do think, it probably would have been a little bit safer if you're able to find some kind of, like, Salt Mine variant, and then just, like, hit Lunar closer to the explosion, that way there's less DI variance, but, definitely a good catcher overall. Gonna down strong stall. And yeah, you really want to use this platform, Zilliana. They can be trickier to cover as the edge guarder. Let the up air, yeah. Remember what I was mentioning earlier, just Eliana dies very early off the top relative to her actual weight stat. About as early as Zetterburn dies to a lot of things, so don't mind that eject. SMH. And once again, the charge missiles. So many charge missiles tonight. The fact that they're working means I can't really complain about it. I'm just slightly disappointed that there's no piss babies. I was really hoping for one. We still have at least 2 more games. Or 1.5 games, I guess, at the very least. So we'll see, we'll see. Ooh. Just getting the up tilt yoink right there. Detail charge missile is easier. I guess, but the Piss BB is funnier. And another up tilt, oh god. And that one's just gonna kill Lunar. Trying to thread the needle a little bit too much and loses the stock for it. We're gonna be going on to a game right now. Invy is 1 game away from taking this W tonight. So let's see if they can do it. As you can see, that's the thing, like, this matchup is really bad, especially on paper. But in practice, it's definitely not great. At all. It's, I would say, definitely losing for Ellie. But it's 100% winnable, because you can just kind of out-war crime Rana with advantage. It's one of those unfortunate truths of Ellie that I think a lot of people will get really annoyed by. There's been a lot more Ellie hate in the past couple months, and it is somewhat justified. This character can be really obnoxious on some level, but just how polarized she is. But, you know, it's kind of how it is. Very much a logic-defying character in some ways. One thing I also wonder from her Invy, like, I wonder if Steam the cover platforms is something to try to use a little bit more. Because Rana really likes to use platforms. If you can force him to have to throw out extra moves, like, again, with punishing Rana with Ellie is going to be a pain in the ass. But if you can force him to need moves to stay on the platforms, you suddenly restricted his movement a ton and forced him to move in a much clunkier way. Well, the thing with Steam is basically what you normally want to do is you want to cover platforms so that the opponent can't jump onto them without using their own aerial to push the Steam away. That way you kind of have a chance to punish them. It's usually what the game plan is. I'll also sometimes use Steam as a projectile with, if you remember me trying to hit you with like Steam Dash Attack or Steam Fair or Steam Dare. Those are usually going to be your best options. Those are all decent choices. Steam like force running to hold in. That would definitely make sense too if you're able to get the position for it right. But yeah, I know a lot of it come down to covering platforms. I guess Needles will do an okay job of knocking away Steam, but Rana still has to get on the platform first to get rid of Steam on a flat, so I've thought about it, but I probably won't because it's really exhausting. What I might do though, Aro, next season is try to I am a child, literally 2 years old. I might try to rework the banner a little bit so that the amateur and inter winners are on it. Otherwise, I would have to spend like an entire day on just banners. I don't really feel like doing that. I also don't feel like playing Twitter with them, in all honesty. But yeah, I'll try to work on a way for that next season. I just need some downtime for it. Ooh, alright though. Lunar finally getting some points on the board, trying to flip this set around. Let's see how it goes here. We are on Tower of Heaven. Invy, I'm curious, what was your logic with the tower counterpick right here? I'm very curious, because I feel like versus Rano especially, this is not a great pick. Because one of Rano's biggest strengths over Ellie is clutch up aerials. And, I mean, look at the stage. What's Rano gonna do? Oh, wow. Wow, that wasn't up strong. Huh. Up tilt under plats is very funny, I can give you that. I don't know, I'm always iffy on tripods, even though I use a lot of pot drop nair, just because I think flying around and using missile is a lot harder on triplats. But especially in a matchup like this, I think it's just difficult because like I feel like the plats don't do that much for Ellie. Like you can check them, which is nice. Kind of cracked taking a Rano here. Yeah, I would agree. Cracked is one way to describe it. Oh my god, my voice is absolutely deteriorating beyond belief. That is a very close call. My tongue is horrifying. No move in this game is even half as terrifying. Yeah, that's an exaggeration, but you know. Tongue just feels so bad to get hit by. It's kind of like Edalus Hammer, but you're actually supposed to get hit by it. You know? Yeah, catching the tongue right there. A little, oh wow. A lot of patience from Lunar, just kind of dropping a chance for a punish right there. Oh wow, okay. Good up tilts, good up tilts. I feel like there couldn't have been a second of Rivals development where Dan wasn't smoking, in all honesty. Especially with old Rano's moveset. Like, what do you think Dan was on that day? Serious question. Because I am scared to think about it myself. Ooh, back air. And the up air right there. And even out the game, we are 1 stack to 1. By the way, for those of you who are here, that's me by Rano's old moveset. A fun little bit of can't even comprehend the amount of things in the system at the time. Honestly. Yeah, Rano's old moveset was something like, I think Tongue was... I knew Needles were a side B. I don't remember... I guess Bubble was neutral B, and Tongue was down B. Yeah. Which is weird, right? Because like, his current moveset makes so much sense with the directions and everything, I'd say, but... Nope, Dan did not think so at first. It's really cursed thinking about nowadays. Attack right there could have saved you because I don't think Lunar was has been calling out text in these details at all, but alas, no tech, and you die for it. You're game 5 here, Lunar. Gunning for this reset. Once again, I will say that you are cracked for taking a Rano here, but I do understand comfort picks on some level. This just feels like a very, very bold one. You lost to 3 Elianas last week? How did you fight 3 Elianas and not fight a Rano? Or an Edalus? Did you fight like 1 Edalus as of last week? Like how? I don't understand. What is your pulls luck? Just Maqo? How? Oh, Lunar. Okay, okay, you know what, I'm sorry. I thought you were invy because you have the same chat color. I guess if this is your only week, or this is your second week, that makes a bit more sense. Huh. We played 2 Edelai now. Let's go. Pogging. Huh. I wonder, because they were probably 3 at least. Oh, right, because I think, what, in Bracket you probably lost to TG and Genova then. And then in pools, you might have fought like Alex or something. I guess that would check out. Oh, nice edge guard right there, and yep. Forcing the snack mode. Isn't looking too good for invy. Just... Alright. Not the best timing. Yeah, because I remember, I know last week TG got 3rd inter and Genova got 1st, so like, it's not that unbelievable, I don't think. I had to pull with invy, that would make sense, yeah. Now, I'm assuming invy, well, I actually don't really remember. But we're gonna see who wins this run back right now. Game 5. Another charge missile is gonna seal the deal, and he has a slight lead, but one good back air, or one good up air, and that's probably gonna be 1 stock to 1. And yeah, not quite. Fairly good DI from invy right here. I mean, I don't know, up tilt charge missile feels like it'd be kind of risky, but I don't know. I don't really use, like, hover charge missile that much, to be fair. I really just use it, like, grounded, to bait parries, or to bait air dodges off stage. Making good use of it, though. Can't entirely fault you for it, even though I personally think there are better options for Eliana. Fair, fair. Yeah, I like the patience right now from invy, just kind of not worrying too much, not committing too hard to anything. But Lunar, pressing a lot of buttons, really trying to make this work. This is some really good platform from Lunar, just using all the plots to their advantage. Oh no. Fall. Invy. That's very unfortunate. That's where the depression sets in. Mood. Yeah, Sap. There were 2 LEs that made it to top 3, so I mean it makes some sense, I guess. Like, you're bound to run into a lot of them. But it's mildly impressive, because you wouldn't think LE is that common. Oh yeah, so I feel like landing up beyond the stage can be really obnoxious. I'm guessing if you crouch it won't hit, but that move has some deceptively large low disjoint. So you have to be really smart about using your crouch, or whatever to not get it below the flat. I get hit by it all the time, I don't understand. He's looking for something right now. That was a really strange retreat option, just kind of flying all the way up there. Like, you don't need to be too conservative with your heat, but you don't really want to go into overheat and neutral most of the time. You want to save going in overheat for advantage, of course, so you need to keep a bit of an eye on it and just don't hover into it if you can avoid it. But yeah, honestly, late into a bracket like this, it's tough. It takes a lot of, takes a fair amount of bracket experience to really get used to playing this, this many stats. No charge missile that time. I'm surprised you didn't go for up tilt. I probably would have. I don't think it would have hit, so like it's good that you didn't. Oh no. And this is where the game begins. So Lunar, one little tactic shift I think you could incorporate a little bit, because I feel like that would fit. with the way your tech chasing as is if you read a tech option with falling nair, you can often, like short hop nair, you can often cover the other tech option with dash attack. So it's a nice little option select you can use. I don't know if it works all the time, like this is presumably some kind of counterplay to it. I guess no teching might be one of them, but yeah. That's a really strong option that I've heard of, that whenever I mess it with Runner, I use it from time to time, and it works fairly well. Maybe catching all the way up there with the up tilt, but a full stock behind is going to be rough to come back from. Yeah, if Kalina's still in chat, I'm assuming they can probably expand on that at all, but I assume that would work well for the way you play Rano. We'll see. I'm seeing a lot of Nair right now. I do think Nair honestly can be really obnoxious in this matchup. I've had some games with Ranos in the Ellie matchup where it's like, we'll just kind of spam the air dodge in Nair, and my brain just kind of freezes and I don't know what to do because it's so much faster than anything Ellie can throw out. Yeah, I feel like Lunar is slowly but surely starting to play a lot more well in general. Kind of just some more precise button presses, a lot more. It's a lot closer to how they were playing near the beginning of Top 8. I will say, yeah, things are looking a little rough for Invy right now. Definitely not out of it, but Lumin's been running away with these last couple games. It's starting to look like we might have a loser side victory right here. We had one last week as well. I feel like loser side victories were pretty uncommon for a while, but recently I've been seeing a lot more of them. So many loser deadass finals in Inter lately. It's almost every week in Inter, I swear. There's been a deadass finals. We had like 2 weeks in a row of Maqo versus Grax, and I think the first week was one 5-game set, and the one after that was like a 9-game 2-set grand finals. Hope another hydrate, thank you, Aura. I kind of need it right now. Okay, Seth, I don't need that many. And the Rocket Fist neutral, very concerning neutral option. Gotta be careful about that. Again, sometimes with disadvantage, it's a good, like, funny mix-up. It'll catch them off guard, but in neutral, it's a lot weaker. Okay, that was a missile, though. It almost worked. You know, you're not wrong, but I really wish you were. Yeah, missile hits like that are really fun. And yeah, this is where Ellie can get really scary, just back airing you off stage. Oh, you almost had the tech chase. And yeah, I think if you down tilted in that situation the right way, that would have been your best option, but so close, but so far. It's been a really good stock from Invy, I feel like. They're starting to get a little of the steam back, pun intended. But they're gonna overheat, and that might not it. Ellie, wait, add treetop. Gonna be coming in clutch right here. Aw, okay, it's still killed, but honestly, you totally should have side switched right there. I don't know why, I just kind of felt the read in my soul. And I was right. Every once in a while, I do think, I don't know if you've used side switching that much this set so far, which is the main reason I bring it up. I guess you use it before, you definitely know about it and you can abuse it. It's just important to keep it in mind at all times, because proper use of like up tilt mix-ups, which you have way too many of, is really important, right? You have the side switch and you have the no heat version. where you just like hold on to all of your heat. Even landing Rocket Fist right there. Really nice recovery though, honestly. Using all the tools you've got very effectively. I will say with Steam, try to be careful of ground Steam. Like, I do think sometimes like the F-strong dash attack is like a nice way to catch him as a projectile, but generally speaking, ground Steam's not really that good because it can side parry it. Yeah, looks like right now, Lunar just continuing to make that gap wider and wider. And we go into ARMy here, game 3, very good Ellie stage, kind of mediocre Mono stage. So, we'll see, this is a really good spot to take Mono, I think. It's going to be Invy's time to bring it back. Here's to come back though, let's go. Ellie winning 2 weeks in a row, question mark, question mark. Ooh, slightly scary spot right here. I got the back air. That is a very good start from Lunar. But it's Eliana again. You never really know. That is not a dead frog, but oh, parry. Dash attack. And the lead gets bigger with that tongue. Be having a tough time here. Just not having very many opportunities to get into advantage, and not pushing advantage particularly well. That's usually Invy's biggest strength, is their advantage is super good, but these past couple games it's been hard to keep up. And if you're an Ellie without a good advantage, you're probably not playing Ellie very well, unfortunately. As I said before, you know, advantage really is, in a lot of cases, the one thing Ellie's got. The fair, a little preemptive. And there it is, detail up strong. Lunar is now one stock away from winning Inter tonight. And that's another parry, yeah. I think Invy's starting to press a lot of buttons here in neutral. And there's also been a lot of air dodging up, which is definitely something to look out for. You do want to be careful about not having this super bad air dodge habit, because that is something that can be covered fairly well. Especially as Ellie, because the problem is if you burn your air dodge, your one other option to get out of this advantage is like eject. Which, yeah, I shouldn't really need to say that eject's not the best option. It's worked out really well for Indy today, but obviously if you do read it, the punish for it is going to be way bigger than any other common breaker. That is a very unfortunate way to lose. Back air off the respawn plat. Congrats to Lunar for winning Intermediate tonight. Very good showing overall. And yeah, pretty solid improvement from last week already, just working their way up the ranks. Rana Bear. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. Let me see right here if there's anyone to raid. Always like to be nice with the raids. Carcion is still going. I think it's grand finals right now, but there's probably 1 or 2 games left. So let's go raid RC. Why not? Definitely hoping to see you all for a stream next week, probably. It'll probably be me again. I don't see why it wouldn't. But, yeah. And enjoy the end of the amateur bracket stream. See y'all around. Bye. I don't want to speak.